Good morning and hope you all have been well. In today's video, we are going to be doing another read and review of the newest Pokemon Rejuvenation dev blog. Now, before I get into today's read and review, I just want to say real quick that this update came out about 30 minutes ago, so just in case if you have not read this and would prefer to read it first before checking out this video, I would recommend you do so now. So yeah, there will be some spoilers most likely with this one, so I just want to give you guys a heads up real quick, just in case if you prefer to read it on your own first and then check it out or check out the video afterwards. So yeah, but with that being said, let's get into today's read and review. Version 13.5 update, bite-sized previews for the purpose of chomping on by Zumi 36 minutes ago. Hi all, it's been well over a month since our last dev post, and nearly 2 months since our last proper dev blog in regards to the dev game already. I swear, time is an illusion, and we're all being played for fools by the system. Where the heck did it all go? Speaking of time though, Jane's got his hands full, so I'm taking over for this month's post to give you all a bit of an update on what's been going on with development. I'm sure you're all plenty curious since it's been a while since our last substantial update, so let's dive into it, shall we? First of all, screenshots. Some of these were shown on Twitter, but I've included them in case you missed them. Some are entire reworks, some are simple updates, some are something else. So, real quick, before I get into the reveal hidden contents, I do want to give you guys a few seconds to maybe stop watching or click out to check it out on your own first, just in case if you don't want to be spoiled by the video. So yeah, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so we have let's see here. Sorry for the pause there, by the way. I would assume this is probably a redo of the Puppet Master's place. I don't think it's like Madame X's place or Spacia and Tempa. I would assume more so the Puppet Master because Alita's with us, the little smiley guy up here that kind of looks like the Puppet Master in a way, so that's what I'm going to assume. Really pretty room overall. I really love the redone on this area though, whatever it is, but I'm gonna safely assume that it is the Puppet Master's, I guess, headquarters, if you want to call it that. I'm not really sure what to call it, but place of residence for the Puppet Master, I guess. Really pretty overall. So next up, okay. Protag, Reina, Hugh, Dr. Jenkel, question mark, just doesn't have the purple hair. Purple waterfall. Maybe I don't think it's a redone of like the dream area with the whole battle with the Puppet Master. I don't think so. My, it's kind of a stretch. My first impressions are, I guess technically second because I brought up the Puppet Master stuff. Second impressions are the one area within the desert. There's this like forest area that's like red, purple kind of, that looks like, it's like, I can't really describe it. It's like red, purple, and there's like a person there that's like guarding the area being like, yeah, you can't go in there right now. Maybe it's like a side quest that you're able to go into that area with Hugh and Reina, and this is their side quest going through all of that, potentially. Because I know version 13.5 is mainly an update that redoes or redos a lot of areas, cleans up a lot of stuff, polishes everything out, and I know it completes pretty much all side quests that are available within the game, and even some that are not available right now, pretty much wrapping up some of those ones as well. So yeah, I'm going to assume that's what this is. It could be a thing that continues the story, maybe. I don't think so though, but who knows? I could be wrong because I know as well with version 13.5 there is going to be a continuation with the story, but not a ton, if that makes sense. It's more so to just wrap up everything, polish everything out, make sure that there isn't a lot of like bugs and issues and stuff like that, and to wrap up pretty much all of the side quests. So version 14 and onwards is just mainly focusing on the story stuff and not any other side quest or redoing sprites, worldly stuff, and stuff like that, however you want to word it. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. Still really pretty though. I'm really excited for it. Okay, so here's like a continuation of that. This could be maybe like a teleport pad, or maybe it is an item. I don't really know. Um, it could maybe have to do with like a legendary, maybe, because I know not the last one, but what was it? One or two dev blogs ago. I think there was something that you can get yourself like an Entei early game, so it could be like a legendary side quest too potentially. Um, I don't think it has to do with the star piece with the Colvere clan sisters. I don't think so. It might be that as well. I'm not really sure to be honest, but that's kind of my thoughts on that. Either way, really excited to check it out once we get version 13.5 when it does get released. Oh, this is different. I don't think I can read that quickly though. Let's see, it's always been such a busy. I read that wrong. I'm not gonna try reading that. Um, could be a continuation of the story, but it says the name like Laurel or Laurel, however you say that. I don't think we've ever met a Laurel before. Could be a new character, so I would assume this potentially is more so a continuation of the story. I'm trying to remember, but I don't think there's ever been a Laurel within Rejuvenation that I know of. But that's gonna be my guess. It could be like a past event thing, just having like a flashback potentially. I don't really know where this fits in with the story though, so I'm going to assume this is like a new thing and not like a redone. The closest thing that I can come up with is um maybe like the past timeline thing with the whole Melanie arc. Maybe this is how things were, like a flashback. Like, I mean, maybe Laurel's like the old lady that she's like, things used to be good and then the calamity struck, or Storm 9, happened. Something of the sort. Um, I don't know. It could be something like that. That's my only guess I can think of. It's either got to be like it has to like wrap up with the whole Melanie arc, or it's a whole new thing. And I know I'm kind of like just throwing mud at a wall, seeing if it sticks. That's just the one thing that's really fun with like Rejuvenation is like there are so many moving parts, and that's what makes me really love this game. They just go above and beyond with like the lore, the mystery with the game. Like what's going on with Indra? What is he up to right now? Who's Madam X? Even though I kind of think I already know who that is. I have a few great guesses on who she is, and I think it's kind of obvious at this point. But this isn't really a Madam X identity conspiracy video, so I'm not really gonna get into that there. But yeah, there's just so many, unanswered questions, and it's always fun trying to like find out and like connect the dots on so many things. But of course, you won't really ever know until they actually, confirm it, hopefully within version 14, 15, and 16. But as I've said before, I have a lot of faith in the team. I know they'll wrap up everything very well, and I believe most, if not all, things will be answered when they finish the game many years down the road. So, yeah, overall, very thankful for what they have done, and I am very, very excited for the game. Okay, so this is Sashila Village, a redone of it as well. Very beautiful overall. I love how they brought up that they want to really polish things up and redo a lot of stuff. And I really like this one a lot more. It just seems a lot more just clean and nice. I still love the original one, don't get me wrong, but this one's really nice as well. And overall, I've never really had complaints on the old stuff. I know they want to rechange stuff to make it look nicer, and of course, there is nothing wrong with that as well. I'm all for it, but I've always been a fan of it regardless, so very happy that they actually are going above and beyond for the fans and hopefully for their enjoyment as well. Very, very thankful for this. Next up, okay, so the Badlands area. Um, Is this? I don't think this is Zone Zero, or is it? It's something like that. Or maybe Zone Zero is the place above this area. It's somewhere within the Badlands. That's just what I'm gonna call it. So it seems they might have changed a few things here, because Rylan is here, unless with the time splicer thing here, um, it could be a thing that they redone the flashbacks that they actually show Rylan and the others going into battle against Team Zen when they were pulling up on them. So that would be very interesting if that is the case. But I guess we'll see what happens when I replay this game. I don't I might replay it when version 13.5 arrives. I probably will. But I do know I want to do a second, well, technically a third, well, no, technically a fourth series. Because me and my sister, I've said it multiple times, we want to do a intense mode no items run of the game sometime soon. So on the fourth let's play that I do of this game, because I have this one, my own intense mode no items, if they bring it back later down the road when the game is actually finished, we'll pick up that one. But for now, it's kind of on hiatus since that one is done and completed as of now. I brought up the one with me and my sister. I want to do one starting completely over once the entire game is completed, just to see everything and do another series on that. So yeah, but again, that won't be till many years down the road. Okay. Um, Peony, no money. Could be a redo of the Puppet Master's area? But what's weird is this? I don't think that's Alita. I think that's the other pro tag, isn't it? Because, let me see. Yeah, that's the other pro tag, and this is Anna, if I'm not mistaken. So, honestly, yeah, this is a continuation of the Anna side quest. Very interesting. Very excited to see how this plays out with the whole V thing and all. Yeah, really cool. And that's another character I've always enjoyed is Anna. I love all the pro tags almost equally. Alon will always be my favorite pro tag, of course, but I love all of them pretty much the same. They're just such a cool character overall. And I know I've brought it up before, and I still need to do it. I want to do a tier list video, or a tier list maker video of the Rejuvenation characters, and who I like the most and who I like the least and stuff like that. Same with Pokemon Reborn, and do one for gym leaders and stuff like that for who do I think is the most difficult, least difficult, stuff like that. I think that would be a very fun idea, and I do plan to get into it since a few people do want to see that. Okay. Aaron, Protag. Um, it actually could be a redo of the library, potentially. That's kind of my first impressions here. Well, the Blakery library. Maybe. I guess we'll find out in the future. Maybe I'm wrong on that, though. It could be a whole nother library within Neverwinter City, maybe as well. Not really sure. Skip through Lavender's escape. That's interesting. Um, that they give you that option, which I guess I kind of get it, because like if you've done it multiple times, then you can skip through it. I probably still won't skip it anyways, though. But for players that do want to, that's fine, and it gives them the option to do so. Um, what is this, Mewtwo? Maybe with the whole Nautilus thing at the beginning of the game, or it could be something later down the line because Crescent now has the Mewtwo. If this is Mewtwo, I would assume this is Mewtwo, but I don't really know honestly. Interesting. Gary here. Okay, so I guess some artwork with him and Garatina, maybe towards oh, why am I forgetting the town? Gira City, Sheridan. It's not Wispy Town, it's Wispy Path. Wispy Ruins. Oh, why am I forgetting the name? Um I should know this. I don't know why. It'll come to me like 2 hours from now. But that's probably that whole thing within that. Uh, Saki Pier being Saki, that's all I gotta say. Um, I don't recognize this guy. Or is this the new guy? Talon, maybe? Maybe before he gets turned to stone? Question mark? Maybe. Um, is this the school? I think. Not too sure. Um, oh, Piano Lady. Yeah, truck guy. I saw I watched a little bit. I didn't watch it for super long cuz I had to head out. But I went to check in on I think it was like Zumi's charity stream if I'm not mistaken. I think there was like multiple like goals and stuff like that, but one of them was oh, that's right. Doing like artwork. I don't know if there was one for Piano Lady. There might have been, but there was one for like an official truck guy artwork. So I guess they actually got to that point. I don't remember the other prizes and goals, but I do remember this one. This is the one that I actually like really wanted to get because we are all blessed by truck guy. We are forever in his debt for what he's done, and we all love truck guy, so that's really neat that he got himself some art. I really love that. um oh, what's this? I guess that might be some older stuff, maybe from like an older post. I'm not gonna really read that out loud, but yeah, overall very very happy about all of this and very very excited overall for what is to come within version 13.5. But I guess with that, let's continue reading here. On top of the area updates, Jane actually been working on some QOL updates in regards to cutscenes. I'm an old man when it comes to, I guess, terms, technology, and stuff like that. I don't know what QOL is, but I guess we'll just keep reading. I guess I could just look that up later. An excerpt from one of Jane's Patreon posts. Looking at the pages of events I wanted to work on, the amount of text was kind of insane. I've cut down on text quite a bit. I've made things snappier and more involved. Speaking of trimming text, I've also been working on QOL. I think a lot of people will enjoy starting from version 13.5. You'll be able to skip entire segments on repeat playthroughs. Interesting. These segments are usually ones that have a pause from the player's story and give insight elsewhere. It's neat that you can play as Malia in a library and all, but the purpose of this section is to give exposition and push the story forward, but on repeat playthrough, you've already seen this, you can just skip it. This goes for Lavender's escape segment and the Diamond and Pearl segments and more. And for those who don't are I'm screwing up. And for those who don't particularly care for action segments in Marionette's Mansion, I'm planning on having those be skippable as well, just maybe not through the same way. Please note that if there are relationship gain losses in the segments, you will lose out on them. Interesting. Okay, so if you want to speed through, there is a cost to it. I do appreciate that because no matter what, I wouldn't personally want to skip them, but I do like that it's like you can skip it if you've already done it and don't really care, but keep in mind if you're trying to go for friendship points, you will lose out on those. I don't think they will result in like negative points, but more so it's neutral. You don't gain anything. So I really do like that, honestly. Additionally, this is a QOL that will only affect new save files as the condition of multiple playthroughs is decided during the intro. Okay. Oh, so there's like an example there. Oh, so there's a lot more here. Next up are some extra previews of the new CGs I've been working on for the game. 2 were previewed in the previous dev blog and Jane's post. I have personally previewed 2 on Twitter myself. They are included in here if you missed them, so here's another small handful of previews. Now, as some of you guys probably already are aware of, I may be a little unhinged for doing this, but this is only a small handful of them. The total will amount to roughly 30 new CGs to be used in the game for both old and new parts of the story. If you want to see them all, consider starting a new file to see them all in proper context, or go through the game's graphic folder. I guess 1.5's out, but what's the fun in that? Oh, okay. So yeah, we've already went through these. Okay. Okay, let me scroll up a little more because I don't want to go through the comments. Next up, in case people missed it, fan favorite minor NPC piano lady and truck guy finally got an official art, as enough money was raised for the charity back in December in order for them to get theirs. The images were posted on Twitter and Tumblr, but I hadn't been posted on the dev blog yet, so here you go. As per usual, all related artwork can be back in the official art thread if you want to find it back. God, I'm so happy Piano Lady and Truck Guy got some art. That's really neat. I like that a lot. Let's see here. Finally, we've got some music previews, plural, because there's 2. Both were composed by yours truly. No full loops this time around, just a few snippets, but enjoy them nonetheless. Won't be telling where exactly they'll be used, but I'm sure you can figure out from context clues, maybe. I will not play the music, just in case of, like, I'm not really wise with, like, copyright stuff, you know? I don't want to, like, piss off the dev blog people or anything like that, you know? I will be safe and not play it. So that's something you guys will have to listen to on your own. I just kind of, well, to be fair, I don't know if it's a bad thing to really like go through these kind of videos as well. I haven't gotten any like complaints from like like Jane or anything like that, or any of like the developers, so I think I'm okay. But until the day some guy's like, hey yo, you can't be doing this, then I guess we'll stop this. I don't see why it is a bad thing, but rather be safe than sorry. So let's not play the music. And if one day somebody actually does say you probably can't be doing stuff like this, then I'll just stop the series. But I don't really think it's a bad thing either. I don't know, but if one of them actually like reaches out to me and says, yo, we don't want you doing this, then I'll stop completely. But anyways, that's all for now. We've still got some work left, but things are slowly but surely coming together. It's shaping up to be pretty exciting, and I hope people are still just as excited about the update as we are. We're also extremely ready to just be done with version 13 and point 5 as a whole and move on to version 14, but we're not going to rush anything or diminish quality just because we want it to be over and done with. So once again, we're asking for everyone's patience for a little while longer. This update is chunky, but it's worth it. Thank you guys for bearing with us. Until next time. And like we'll end it off with Truck Guy being on the screen. But like I've said before numerous times, I am more than fine with waiting. As I've said, I rather wait a long time for the game to pretty much be good to go, barely any bugs or anything like that, everything polished up, ready to go, than the game being rushed. I've said it before numerous times as well. I think version 13 was severely rushed with all of the bugs and stuff like that within the game, so I really am hoping that they do take their time, not rush things, and go about it just step by step overall instead of rushing to get it done. So, yeah. But I guess with that, before I drag this on any further, that's going to be it for today's read and review. Thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely do appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next read and review. So, yeah. Good morning.